Hello, today my group members and I are going to be discussing about the possible m-commerce trend in Malaysia. Let's take a look. So in the current Malaysia situation, the possible m-commerce that we can provide to Malaysia is the Google Glass app for law enforcement. Google Glass may soon be favored as a tool for law enforcement agencies in Malaysia. Currently, the New York Police Department is already evaluating whether Google Glass is a fit for investigating terrorists and helping cops lock up bad guys. As you see here, this is an example of a police officer wearing Google Glass. The idea is that the potential Google Glass app can allow law enforcement to access department's criminal database to run warrant checks and pull up mugshots of wanted suspects in real time. This is aided by the wireless facial recognition software, where Google Glass can help match suspects' names and faces to information contained in various databases such as those from the Royal Malaysian Police Criminal Database System that will give investigators a handy way to see a suspect's rap sheet while interviewing them. This is how Google Glass can identify facial features. This app can also increase police force efficiency. It can help eliminate traditional typewritten reports by enabling video recording and detection of digital reports. It can also help police officers detect whether cars are driving over the speed limit without the use of large and obstructive radar guns. It can also guide police officers in detecting body language or behavior when interrogating suspects, such as so. This app is not limited to only police officers, as immigration officers can also utilize it to identify if people entering or exiting Malaysia are not holders of fake passports or wanted criminals or terrorists through facial recognitions, running them through Interpol or police databases. The app can also be altered to allow civilians to use. The civilian version can be linked to police databases to recognize wanted criminals' face to alert them of the dangers, as well as automatically alerting the police officers of the wanted person's whereabouts, such as so. The civilian version can also capture pictures of snatched thief's license plate or face into the police database, which can ease the process of making police reports, as well as giving the law enforcement a live feed of ongoing crime to allow them to take immediate response. Lastly, the civilian version can also send out a distress signal to law enforcement if the civilian feels under threat. Currently, there is a mobile app for it, but the Google Glass app enables them to do it hands-free.
Okay, I will present why should we use this kind of m-commerce to be provided to Malaysian. Now, as our topic is Google Glass app, as a detective. The first reason why we choose this app as our m-commerce, which is Google Glass app, because of the crime rate in Malaysia. The crime rate in Malaysia is very serious because the number of 2008 which is 200k above, and in September of 2013 the number is 100k, so the difference not much big difference. And the main two crimes in Malaysia is violent crime and property crime, so their number is quite high. Now let's see, there is a few areas, which is the states with high population and well-developed states, they have a serious crime rate. We can see that Selangor, which is our capital, and Kuala Lumpur and Johor. This is the example of the violent crime and property crime which is occur in Malaysia. So we have two versions of the Google Glass app, which is civilian version and the police version. For the civilian version, we can alert the police for wanted person whereabouts, where the police version, they can have this app to match the suspect's name and the faces that link to the criminal database system. Okay, the second reason of why we choose this app is road accident in Malaysia. We can see that 20 million of number of vehicles on our roads have registered in Malaysia during 2010. The general road accident data in Malaysia, you can see that the road accident has increases gradually from 100k during 1995 to 400k over during 2012. This is a very serious problem, so we need to curb this problem. So let's see what is the factor that caused the road accident. The main problem is the overspeeding. Through the app, we can detect the car that used to speed over the limit that's set by the government. Instead of using big camera in certain area which have high accident rate, we actually can use this app to curb, because as for example, in the North South Highway, there's an area called Bangi. They will have a big camera over there to capture down the car who is speeding. So for the frequent user, they will try to slow down the car because they will know that there is a big camera that will snap down. So if we use this app, we can snap down wherever the people that they try to speed their car. Okay, let's see the civilian version of this app. Like when couples go to bed, in US and UK, we can see that they will greet each other good night and sweet dreams. But in Malaysia, they will ask each other, do you lock the door? Do you lock the gates and window? Okay, for this app, we can send out distress signal when the people are under threat. And due to also the prevalent snatch thief, we also can capture the snatch thief license plate or faces. This is the immediate response and ease of making reports to the police. Lastly, the extra feature of the police version. We can reduce the time by using the Google Glass app to record video during the confession. This is more paperless and more effective. And the CDS, which is the criminal database system that links to related department, so that the data can link to each other and more easy to communicate.
My name is Liao Shiling and I'm going to present about facial recognition and body languages. Let's start. FaceIt is a software used for facial recognition. Every face has numerous distinguishable landmarks. FaceIt defines these landmarks as nodal points. Some of these measured by the software are distance between eyes, width of the nose, depth of the eye sockets, the shape of the cheekbones, the length of the jawlines. These nodal points are measured, creating a numerical code called faceprint representing the face in the database. The Vision 3D plus 2D ICAO camera is used to perform enrollment, verification, and identification of 3D and 2D face images. Using the 3D software, the system goes through a series of steps: detection, alignment, measurement, representations, matching, and verification or identifications. FaceIt uses skin biometrics, the uniqueness of skin texture, to yield even more accurate results. The process is called surface texture analysis. A picture is taken of a patch of skin called skin print. These patches are broken up into smaller blocks. Using algorithm to turn the patch into mathematical, measurable space, the system will then distinguish any lines, pores, and the actual skin texture. This can also differentiate identical twins. However, it is not a perfect system. Significant glare on eyeglasses or wearing sunglasses, long hair obscuring the central part of the eyes, poor lighting that would cause the face to be over or underexposed, and lack of resolutions are some of the limitations. An ideal place to use this software are as follows. Besides facial recognition, it can also tell if a person is lying by detecting its body language. Look for micro-expression. A person who is lying usually has his or her face. Micro-expression will be an emotion of distress. Look for nose touching and mouth covering. A lying person is more likely to cover his or her mouth with a hand or placing hands near the mouth, almost as if to cover the lies coming forth. Notice the person's eye movement. Watch the eyelids. Be careful of assessing the truthfulness of someone's statement based on eye movement alone. Detecting lies in body language tics. Check for sweating. Watch when the person nods. Watch out for fidgeting. Watch the person's throat. Check the person's breathing. These will be how they look like. Lastly, detecting lies in verbal responses. Exaggerating details. A person's reaction when avoiding your questions. and lastly, a person repeating the same sentences. That's it for my part.